as well. So Indonesia, you can't move if you can't see anything.
That's true.
Thus, they locked in that Hellcurt. Also, Hellcurt will work really well with Lunox's Darkening and Kaja's Divine Judgment.
That's true. I completely agree. Because then again, if there is a Hellcurt on the whole map, and if it is your enemy, the 5 heroes of the opposite team is not your only enemy. Your other enemy is also the map, because the fog of war, the Dark Night Falls, it is really difficult for you to see. Just a very small space. It is one of the best ways or to at least disrupt this kind of team fight composition drafts here on the side of Team Malaysia, which is, I think, really effective, especially what you mentioned earlier about the Lunox.
Yeah.
Once he uses Chaos Darkening, and it will be really difficult to react. Where is the Lunox? That will be the big question here.
That is true. So again, we are loading straight to the game. Again, this is game 2 of our best of 3 match. Will Indonesia be able to close this out with a 2-0, or will Malaysia push this to a game 3?
Yep, let's go. And this is the game 2 of our best of 3. Let's check the laning matchup. And again, Thams, especially on the off lane, he will be up against the Masha on the side of Indonesia. And again, a double man rotation here in the middle lane. However, here onto the bottom lane, at least a little bit of control for the side of Indonesia, shutting down the blue buff from Team Malaysia.
Man, nice jumping for that Selena, but apparently she did not want to risk that, given that there was a Lunox. So now they are just gonna get the buff. Let's see though if this Claude attempt number 2 will work for Malaysia.
I think they really need to funnel a lot of space here for Nurola to get his farm as soon as possible. And I think this kind of combination, the Harith and the Claude, really works well. But as long as you can establish your early game, prevent any kind of aggression from Indonesia. But I guess with this current draft, it is possible.
It is indeed. Ooh, Akai used 1,000-pound it, but looks like he got stunned. He is being boxed in, but of course Akai was able to back away.
Yep.
Too bad though. If only Harith had Zaman Force there, they could have locked in First Blood.
Yeah, and well, given the fact that the levels of Indonesia right here at the bottom lane is still level 2, so it's quite squishy still. And also here in the bottom lane, a lot of skirmishes happening. Firdaus trying to run away though, but Nurola's skill, or rather the damage, still not enough. And Goosegen is just having a very good time here, soaking a lot of XP and also gold here in the bottom lane.
And that was deja vu there at the bot lane just now. Alright, so next, the first objective, and you'll be up in 5 seconds. Abdul just gonna use that Abyssal Arrow to see and get vision from the map. Kajito lurking at the side there at the mid lane. Now Masha decided to target this Thams. He does have Cotton Inferno, but decided to not use it yet.
Oh, by the way, look at the emblem of Hamsjid here on his Thams. He went for a tank emblem and tenacity. So I think they are prioritizing for those kind of team fights and heavily relying on the Cotton Inferno's lifesteal. But I think it is still not enough. Oh!
That was new. That was new, like 1,000-pounder into the flicker. I mean, it works, right? If he actually catch Harith, he could have stunned him. But wait, this Divine Judgment has been used onto the Harith. But Harith was able to get out of there, but still got taken out by the Masha. Nice response rate from this Masha. But now Thams was able to find one enemy, and now Putra tried to chase down the Selena, but Selena was able to back away.
Yep, and as you can see, Team Indonesia, they knew that they're ahead by a little bit of net worth right here, and also able to secure this turtle buff in the hands of Ridwan. So imagine, the turtle buff plus the Chaos Darkening Assault will really rip down even the tanks of Team Malaysia here.
That is true. Hellcurt, of course, still minding his own business. I actually want to see if this is a split push Hellcurt, or will it be the balanced type of Hellcurt? Like, you're gonna see him in a handful of clashes, like the 4v5s or the 5v5s, but he will also just stay in his lane sometimes.
Yeah, I think he can do the same. And well, for the first game, for the first few minutes of the game, early to mid game, he will let this Masha just try to rat cut out the different lane here. However, the Abyssal Arrow will connect into the stun from the Shield Unity. Firdaus committed his Hurricane Dance, trying to run away with a 1,000-pounder, and will they be able to do the nice sidestep here? But Abdullah, with that Chrono Dash attack, will secure that kill on the hands of Malaysia.
But looks like there has been a revenge kill on the top lane. Now look at that. He got boxed in. Will he be able to get out of there alive?
Ooh.
Apparently the answer is no. Yes, you're Hellcurt. Yes, you committed your ultimate, but that is 4 heroes literally boxing you.
Indeed, and you really want to play carefully, especially if you're playing the Hellcurt, because again, the power spike of this Hellcurt, he needs to get his farm, and he'll be effective when it comes to the mid-game to late-game fights. But as long as this Hellcurt is being controlled by Malaysia, it is really difficult for them to transition into that mid-game to late-game phase.
That is true. And I actually like what Malaysia is doing right now. They can go neck to neck against Indonesia, because if I'm not mistaken, game 1, around 5 or 6 minutes, Indonesia was already starting to snowball, and Malaysia had no means to stop them. But right now, they're able to adjust their draft and even their plans. So looks like game 3 isn't impossible at this point.
I completely agree there. And well, looking at how Malaysia is playing right now, it is really different from game 1 against Indonesia. Oh, there's a Shield Unity from Putra. And however, I think the next spawn here in the turtle will now respawn 5 minutes in, 5 minutes 30 seconds in. Still, Indonesia in the lead with a 2K net worth. And right now, Abdul Kadir is just trying to do his best on his Selena support, and I guess it is really effective as long as your Abyssal Arrow connects, and also there's an instant follow-up for Malaysia.
That is true. Right now, Indonesia gonna target that turtle. It will be non-contested. They know that Selena and Claude backed away from where they were in the mid lane, so they said, you know what? There's 3 of us. We can do this.
And looking at the items right now on the lower part of the screen, again, another Lightning Truncheon here. Pick up for Ridwan as early as possible here. However, Gustian able to run away with his pounce, and there will be no engagement at all.
Zamfar's gonna be used right there by this Harith, and Lunox immediately uses her lightness ultimate, but she got stunned by the backshot, and Lunox got taken out by that Harith. Nice play coming in from Abdullah right here. Masha though forced to go back because she is the only one left there. Demon Hunter started being picked up by this Claude, and he was able to kill Hellcurt as a consolation. Now, look at this guy. Now, he hurts a lot.
He really hurts a lot. And with that Demon Hunter sword, it will give him additional lifesteal, plus that additional damage. It really depends on the max HP or the current HP of the target. So how tanky you are, it doesn't matter, because it will amp up the physical damage once you get that Demon Hunter sword. And 3 more seconds for Gustian to respawn. Imagine how much time he lost, or how much farm he lost just by one single death here for the side of Team Indonesia right now.
A lot.
Yeah, really a lot.
That's the only answer I can give you. A lot. Downforce is being committed by Harith right here. Sometimes you don't actually need to use your ultimate during clashes, because if you want to just secure the objectives and the turret takedowns, we all know that Zaman Force reduces the cooldown by Harith by a lot. So he used that for objective taking as well. But right now, Claude got taken out. Zaman Force is going to be used there again.
Hurricane Dance.
Man, Hurricane Dance being pinned down by this Akai. But sadly, the damage is not there. Nice wing of order coming in from this card. Selena does say goodbye though. And now Harith, the next target, he got hit by the ring of order, and that hurts a lot. A triple kill coming in from the... Oh my goodness, from the Hellcurt.
From the Hellcurt indeed. 4-2-0 KDA for Gustian, and that's a very nice follow-up from that death right there. So you're talking about me dying right there, so I will make a comeback. And also a corrosion site pickup here from Julianto on the side of Team Indonesia. So again, you don't really want to be close right here, really close on this Masha, because it's really difficult for you to run away. 30% movement speed reduction for this melee hero.
I actually think that one of the things Team Malaysia should do now is try to bait Kaja and Hellcurt to use their ultimates, and that's the only chance they can go full-on team fight. Because of course, if you jump in, whoever initiates, looking at the damage output Indonesia has right now, Kaja can literally just divine judgment anyone from Team Malaysia. It's gonna be a consolation if he gets Harith, Selena, or Claude though.
Indeed, but looking at their levels, how strong the rest of Team Indonesia Jeez. Well, 3 level 11s or 2 level 11s, 1 level 12. But look at the side of Malaysia. They still have level 9. 3 of the heroes of Malaysia is still level 9. So I really can't imagine how difficult it is for the side of Team Malaysia to recover from this bleeding that's been caused by Indonesia.
Believe in the power of the team, I guess.
Yeah.
Selena gonna use that arrow to check if there is someone hiding in the bushes now. 3 people from the blue side is actually just waiting for the Lord to spawn, but the Lord will be up in 41 seconds. That is a lot of time, a lot of breathing time for either teams to actually start a pickoff or a clash.
Yep, indeed. Oh, here comes the clash that we're talking about. The catch, the divine judgment from Putra, able to take down one member of Team Malaysia, and they're not done yet. Hurricane Dance now being committed. Firadus needs to run away, and also Putra getting a lot of sour shots from the tier 2 turret, but it doesn't matter. Tier 2 turret is now down for the count. Indonesia moving forward, and they're not scared to even go in. And Firadus, as you can see with this initiation, 1,000-pounder into Blender, stunning one member of Malaysia there, shutting him down.
Can I just say that the Akai user right now has very, very fast hands because he was waiting for Claude to be in that specific position. I bet that he already had his 1,000-pounder ready. He's just waiting for Claude to actually take the bait. Oh, Bax actually got taken out there while we were talking. So a lot of kills coming into Team Indonesia. They are now 6 kills ahead, and they are roughly 10k gold
10K
ahead of Malaysia.
And that's I think that was 5 or 4 core items lead for Indonesia right now. And look
at that.
Wow.
The itemizations right now.
Well, Ridwan, the Lunox, will really hurts a lot. Again, with the Divine Glaive, it doesn't matter if you're a very tanky Basha, but as long as he can use his combination, his Darkening into the Chaos Assault, and if you're always targetable, you'll be in a very tight spot right there.
I don't think Thumbs was able to snowball actually because it's above 10 minutes. So by this time, Thumbs doesn't really need to kill anyone, but you should probably count on him to receive the damage or be your beefy front line, and you're gonna just dish damage from the sides.
Yeah, I completely agree there because again, if you're honestly saying, this is the first time that I've seen this kind of a flexible emblem pickup from the Thumbs, and I think this is really difficult for him to transition because you lose the HP and also the lifesteal buff from the fighter emblem, and also the Festival of Blood, which is additional 8% lifesteal. So I think that's one of the reasons why he's having a really difficult time moving forward.
Though, coming in from that Kaja. Not already used his place into it, but now the ultimates are still up. The pressure that Indonesia has right now is very, very intense. Hellcurt able to take out another turret at the top side of Malaysia. Darkening gonna happen, and everyone is forced to go back. Mega kill coming in over 2 of this Hellcurt down. First gonna be used as well, but will they be able to make something happen though?
Yep, and right now it's the waiting time for Team Indonesia. They're just trying to end the game right now, and I guess this is the replay that we've seen earlier. However,
Deja Vu Part 2?
Yep, Deja Vu Part 2. Gustian, and they will end it. Indonesia will win a 2-0 sweep against Malaysia.